Hi guys, this is Prius Wanderer. I've been on the road for about 2.5 weeks now. I left the day after Christmas. Made it out to the Women's Rubber Tramp Rendezvous in Yuma, Arizona. Was going to go to the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, but decided I need a little me time, a little solitude. So traveled down to Fortuna Pond in Yuma. So this is going to be the start of the vlogs. This is vlog number 1, and we'll get started. Come on, buddy. Come on. All right. So I'll give you a quick view of the rig setup, at least from the outside. We'll do an inside tour another time. So there's my Prius. And the Prius is always my bedroom. And that's the tent. It's Kodiak 10 by 10. Absolutely love it. That is everything I need to stand up for. The bathroom and the kitchen. Not a big deal. Obviously we travel pretty light, but this all does fit in the back of the Prius. So say hi to the pups. Hey, there's Joey. Hey, Joe. Joe. Say hi. Good boy. And Simon's over here. He's hanging out in his little tent because the buggies don't bother him in his tent. So here's kind of a faraway view of our campsite. Really nice and shady. We are across from the pond. So we've got a nice view of the reeds here. And we're just a short walk from the water view. But it is crazy sunny over here. And I just didn't want to work the Prius that hard, so got a nice little view of the pond over this way. And over this way we've got some nice mountain views. Really beautiful. Oh, there we go. So bear with me while I figure out how to work this camera. The Prius is cycling on. We're actually cooking lunch right now in the Road Pro. Get a little view of that. I try to make up a couple servings when I'm using my butane stove, and then I can just, while I'm charging devices and things, I can just cook my lunch. So in this first video, I thought I'd tell you guys a little bit about who I am. I am a wife. At this point I've been married for almost 27 years. I've been a mom for 26 years. I have 4 children, a whole bunch of fur babies, traveling with the 2 of them. Joey is the Chiweenie, which is a Chihuahua Dachshund mix, and Simon is a Rat Terrier. I am also an artist. I am a photographer. I'm a painter, and I also do a lot of drawing and sketching. I also teach fine arts to a homeschool community in our area in Pennsylvania, and I have been homeschooling for well over 20 years. I'm also a traveler. I grew up tent camping with my parents and my siblings. With my own family, we have traveled all up and down the east coast of the United States in minivans, trains, planes, on ships. We've been to the Yucatan, different places in Mexico, the Bahamas. So we've done a little bit of traveling. This kind of traveling, though, I'm doing all on my own. I'm also an autoimmune warrior, which is primarily the reason for this trip. Somewhere around in 2001, after the birth of our third child and a pretty nasty bout of pneumonia, I became very ill. I was shortly after diagnosed with both fibromyalgia and lupus, which pretty much sentenced me to the remainder of my life with constant pain in varying levels. With the pain comes a pretty hefty dose of insomnia. I can get really severe vertigo or extreme dizziness. To make it a little easier to understand, it's pretty much like having the flu every day of your life. You just never really get better. You've got those extreme pains going, aches and pains going throughout your whole body, and you're constantly tired. And this is just the normal now. So along with the diagnosis began the pharmaceutical nightmare. Everything they gave me was either completely ineffective or caused a severe allergic reaction. In 2006, my gallbladder failed. And when they did the surgery to remove my gallbladder, they found out that I have celiac disease, which is actually a bit of a blessing in disguise because that really put me on the road to recovery, realizing that a lot of the food that I was ingesting, for whatever reason, was making me continuously sick. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about these diseases or issues. I do have other autoimmune disorders, but their effect on my life is negligible compared to the celiac and the lupus. These medical issues are essentially my why for taking on this journey as a part-time vehicle dweller in my Prius. Last winter, the winter of 2017-2018 in the Northeast, was a tough one for me. That kind of cold and that kind of wet left me virtually bedridden for a couple of months. So my husband and I decided it was time to investigate some other options. We decided that possibly snowbirding in the Southwest, in the Prius and the Kodiak, might be an answer. So this is our trial year. So keep an eye out for my next video where I'll talk about how we made this decision, why we chose Prius, and how a Prius works for me. So with the sun getting low over Fortuna Pond, I thought we'd give you guys a little tour. So there's two kind of camping spots here. It's a nice tent spot that somebody squeezed a trailer in a couple days ago. And these are on the outside of the pond. Some more up here, they're off to the side. Across from the reeds. The pond is way back in there. And all kinds of vehicles come here. Some vans, some car campers with their tents tucked back in here. Family with lots of dogs are around here. Seem to be everywhere. Let's see if I can get you a little peek through the reeds here. A little bit of the pond. It's got some nice places to set out and fish. Some more camp spots over to this side. A lot of Class C's out here. Really nice view of the pond from here. See all the spots along the other side. A lot of them just pull up right along the pond down there. There's lots of these really pretty shade trees that are here. But you gotta be careful with these guys, because if you notice, we have some nasty thorns. Thorns which can get stuck in the puppy paws. So if you look over here on that side, see they go down. Yeah, so you're definitely going to be careful where you're walking and where you're parking. So the boys are trying to behave, trying to learn how not to engage with other dogs. Just walking by. Just walking by. Being good boys. Opens up a little bit up here towards the mountain range. See that back there? Just opens up a little bit. Some travel trailers over here. There are a couple different ways into this off the main road. One was right beside where I was. We'll see it on the way back. Come in off of a levee road, which is built, I believe, to separate the farms on the one side from the Gila River, which is on the other side, which is a tributary of the Colorado River. There's a nice little fishing spot down there. Nice little long view of the pond. This is definitely a far cry from the desertscape we were in 100 miles north there in Bose, just above Quartzsite. It's very refreshing to be along the water. Hear that plane overhead. Just going to keep recording and let you know that this is right beside the Yuma Proving Ground. There are a lot of planes, all different kinds of planes. There's trains that you hear go by. Right now the government is in its shutdown, but the BLM is still patrolling. Actually haven't seen them today. I did see them the other day after I got here. Notice this soil, very sandy. It's like beach sand. A lot softer on the dog's paws than that desert concrete that we were dealing with. So they were very happy to get here. I don't want to invade anybody's privacy here, just a quick view. There's a lot of Class A's over on this side, and they park long ways along the pond like this. Lots of fishing going on. Really is a beautiful area. Definitely a lot more green than there was up in Bose. There's puppers walking. Small sites. Now you can't park on the other side of those rocks. That's why you find the people all lined up on the road on the outside. But there are still a couple of the tuck back spots on this side. Here's a fine example of some of those thorns. It's all pretty till you get up close. Another view. Get a lot of the off-highway vehicles back here. People bring along, and I understand that there's lots of places to run them up that way. It's just a really beautiful area. Let's see one of the little duckies there. Some there along the edge. A little bit of just Simon walking. Picked up Joe because we're passing the puppy. Simon's a lot better with puppies. Good boy, Simon. Coming down close to my camp. Here we've got Catherine's camp in the blue truck with the double Napier tents. It's nice setup. Got our friends here in the Class A from Colorado. And I'm going to take you out to the levee road up here. Coming up to the top of the hill here. This is the levee road. The Gila River would be behind me. And these are the farms that this levee is protecting. So it's about 3.5 miles in from that way. It's pretty much straight. It's dirt at the beginning when you come off the main road. Then it turns to stone. And then I understand that it continues around that way about another 3 miles. And the train's over that way too. Here. This is really pretty steep. Let's see if I can get this on film that you can kind of understand. Look down there. It's quite a ways down. There's a second one and a third one. Let's see how far out those fields go. There's large white school buses pulling behind porta potties come through here for the pickers. It's really something interesting for my eastern friends. This road made me a bit nervous coming in. I imagine my car would roll over a couple times going down that embankment. So, we'll get you back to camp. So just to clarify, the land that we're on here is BLM land, which is Bureau of Land Management. It means it's owned by the people. And it's protected and it is patrolled by the government. So it's 14-day camping limit. There's no garbage collection. If you pack it in, you pack it out. It means there are no hookups. Zero. There's no water, there's no electric, there's no sewer. A lot of people here have solar. So we made it back to camp. All in one piece. Nice walk. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, like it please, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, that'd be great, and you can hit that little bell if you'd like to know when my next video is coming out. Thanks, bye.